Hello guys, this is Avcoor, and I want to talk about the new event with Ramuh and what you can do as a player to be useful and what roles you should play. For me, this was an eye-opener because I didn't think Ramuh very hard would be very hard, but it is. And if you're not prepared, you won't clear. So there's a couple of roles that you should consider when playing this content in order for you to be a benefit to the people around you as well as yourself, because your goal in this is not just to clear the hardest content. In fact, the first tip I will give you is not to even do very hard. If you're really good, very hard one. If you're above average, hard two. And the goal is to get S clear. S clears will get you the 5-star weapons and higher grade amounts of shards. So you're not really trying to clear the hardest content. If you clear the hardest content on A or B, you'll be missing some rewards. Very hard and hard to is good. That's where you should hit at. So, excuse me. What type of role should you play in this content? I'm going to show you three. So we'll do very hard. First off, the first role that you want to consider that everybody considers is a DPS role. So if you do a DPS role, you actually have to be really good at DPS. The problem with this is people say they're good at DPS, but they're not. So this is a build I was playing around with, but I haven't perfected it yet. But it is a water type build, but I actually do get my physical attack at 2,500. And I actually have the weapons that I want. Why do I want these weapons? Because Ramuh is wheat versus water. So I have the maritime sword. So that's good. And why do I have this? This is something I think people need to understand. If you're a DPS, you should actually help DPS, right? For Cloud, it's pretty easy because he has armor break on his weapon, and magical defense down is really good against Ramuh because he builds up a shield. So for me, if you're going to do a DPS role on this content, you need a water-based weapon, and you actually need a weapon that lowers physical defense. Another good person for this is actually Lucia because she has a water-based weapon. And honestly, the best DPS slash support is Zac because he has a weapon that actually puts water weakness on the target. It actually lowers defense, and he actually has a material slot that increases water damage. So if you have his Halloween costume and weapon, he's pretty much the best one for the job. So things you want to consider for your DPS. You do want to have a lot of attack, but you do want some HP. You actually can like build your HP back up because he has a couple of AoE hits, but it's mostly the single target. So that's something to consider. So we're actually going to change this room material to triangle. We're going to do that, and we should be able to get some HP on there. So we got some HP there. And we're actually going to switch this out for my cure material with the extra attack on it. Where is it at? Okay. So this has more attack. And here, this could be anything. This could just be a pure stat stick, and that's what it's going to be because he is DPS. So we're going to actually go for HP. We'll go descending. That's the highest HP weapon I have. That sucks. Oh, let me take the filter off. That was dumb. I'm such a dumb. I was going to say, I have better HP material than that, right? Okay, I do. So we're going to do that. And we'll hit that 5,000 that we're looking for. Looking for 5,000, 2,500. But if you go to very hard too, you're actually trying to hit 6,000 and 3,000 physical attack for a competent DPS. I hate to say that, but I'm sorry, but I have encouraged you to do hard and very hard one. So this is a solid DPS role that you can play. You really want a defense down on your weapon so you can contribute outside of damage. But if your damage is high enough, you do not need it. And that is the first role. So the second role I would advocate for is healer. I think this is the most important role because few, if anybody, actually want to do healing, but healing is important. So let's go into it. For this role, I think the most optimum characters for this role are Aerith, Tifa, Cloud, and Matt because they have AoE healing weapons. And a healer needs to have an AoE healing weapon or it doesn't work. So for this, we're going to adjust certain things. We're going to give some more HP to this character because we actually do want more HP. This weapon set is fine because you actually do want her to play more of a support role. So we're going to change this material to triangle. Let me see, toggle. And you pretty much want HP on this. In fact, this is fine. Rune Blow is fine because she's not supposed to be the greatest DPS. So that's fine. But you do want her heal to be around 1,800. That's really good. So we're actually going to look for some more HP. In fact, maybe we should just look for it on our sub weapons. Alright, so we see a sub weapon we can change out for more HP. And you want magic defense because Ramuh hits the magic defense stat. So this would be good. In fact, this is actually solid stats right here. Even a magic attack, I'm very satisfied with. But I think we could get a little more HP on there. And a little more magic defense. So let's do that. So let's go and get Glenn's weapon. And Glenn's weapon doesn't do it. Really? Let's look at our art ability, see how much oh, we need 35? We need 30, so we only need 3, right? So why is that not working? Oh, because it's doing the same thing. Okay, so it's doing pretty much the same thing. So we actually would need a third weapon to actually take her. Oh, this is fine. 6,000 is fine. I thought we could get a little more HP there, but that's fine. So we do need water material because she is. You are, as a player, asking to do a little bit of damage. Let's see what water material we can pick up. So let's look at this. That's really good. That's good. So that's solid. We do actually want to be a support role. And this is what I would advise you as a healer. Think outside the box a little bit. Because we do actually want to support as much as we can. And where is it? Where's our breach material? We have no breach material? Okay. And so we have breach material because there is a point where you actually want to lower the defense of Ramuh. And this set is really good because you're at 6,000 HP. You're at magic attack 1,840 and your heals are 1,000 800. So that's a really, really good set of stats to go into healing with. And everybody will play with you if they know you have a healer, they know it's Aerith, and they know that you have her staff. So this is a really good set because this buffs magic defense, this heals, you do a little bit of damage, you're dropping defense, and we got to change this back to her limit break. So, and you want this because, or you could use this. You could actually use both of these. Seal Evil is for when the little minions come and you want to AoE them down. I think this is more important for the later Ramuh because you're in a DPS race, but this is fine for very hard one and hard. So this is a really good set. And the last role we will talk about is basically the balance between those said roles. This role is super important, and I'm going to go to Barrett because I use this set and it is really good. And there's a couple of reasons why this is good. Why did I choose this set? Because this set is doing a lot for a little. First of all, this is the balance. This is the support set. There's a DPS set, there's a healing set, but then there's a pure support set. And this set is designed to help both sides of healer and DPS. First of all, he is dropping the defense stat with W machine, but this is so important. Max Ray is so important. I cannot stress to you the importance of Max Ray. If you do not have a weapon that actually does the triangle damage, you're not going to beat very hard. You're not going to be very hard too. You're not going to do it because it goes so fast. The sigil bar goes so fast that even if you sigil down like the triangle, you won't be able to have enough time to do this side. So max ray is super important. That's why it's important for this set. This is actually important because you're actually lowering defense and magic defense, which is really good. Because there are certain times, like in the battle, where you just don't have enough time to lower their stats because Ramuh is really fast. For some reason, the old man has a lot of legs, and you'll find yourself being outpaced if you're not careful, either with healing, the DPS, or support. So this is a good set. He has water blow to do water damage. Yes, heal. I advise everybody to bring some cure material. I know it hurts, but sometimes people do not heal. They just refuse to heal. They just don't want to heal. And you have to be that person that heals. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I played this enough, and people just don't want to heal. They just don't want to do it. And you have to drive for everybody on the road. You can't just drive for yourself. You have to drive for everybody on the road. This is how co-op works in Final Fantasy Ever Crisis. You have to think for the other players that don't think for themselves. Bring your material. That is one of the most helpful hints I can I can tell you. You just bring your material because they just don't do it. They just refuse. I look at some of their material when we get into it, and they don't bring any. They don't bring any, and it just pisses me off because that's very selfish. But of course, this stat line is good for support. You do want to have 6,000, but if you can't manage it, that's fine. You do need to be above 2,000 attack. You are doing the support role. You're expecting the main DPS to do the most damage. That's why you support him with defense down. That's why you support the DPS with max raise so you can get the sigil bar broken. And you do have healing, so you are doing a lot. And if people don't understand that, just find a new party because this is a very great set. Because there's only four characters that can do this. There's Glenn, there's Lucia, there's Matt, and there's Barrett. There's other support sets, but none of them carries a weapon that does triangle damage. Another character that could do support is Tifa, but Tifa could do DPS and she can heal. She could pretty much do everything, but I think her best role, honestly, is DPS, especially with her new weapon that raises her attack. It's hard to limit her to a support role because you would like her to do something else. But anyways, if you like my content, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I'm going to go into 3 videos showing me do one with Barrett, one with Cloud, and one with Aerith, and you'll see how it works and you'll understand the mechanics, and that this is really good advice and it'll help everybody in the community perform a role and help out their team because we're all trying to clear this content. Have a great day and goodbye.